Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so got basketball on my mind, man. My boy Abdul, somebody I really trust, told me that the Lakers are in strong negotiations right now with the Bulls for Zach LaVine. And I saw another post that had nothing to do with Abdul, said that the Bulls have the strongest odds at this point of landing D'Angelo Russell. So you put 2 and 2 together, you can clearly see that we're on the verge of putting Zach on the squad. I figured that would be possible because Atlanta wants Austin Reeves, and we've already said we're not going to give him up. The Bulls don't have that type of leverage. They can't necessarily ask for Austin Reeves right now. Nor are they in a position of power as it pertains to that contract being something that most people don't want. So you couple that with the fact that Zach LaVine is back, had a game where he played really well just about from everywhere on the court, had one of his better defensive games, scored 25 points, hit some threes, made some assists happen, got some boards. I mean, he did everything to raise his trade value in the very short term, as is DeJounte Murray, as we talked about in the previous video. But it sounds like the Lakers are, as we speak, trying to work out the framework with the Bulls to take back that Zach LaVine contract. And I'm hopeful we can find a way to squeeze in Caruso as well. Or maybe something that will make us happy other than just Zach LaVine. Sending D'Lo out. I don't have a problem with sending D'Lo out because I know he could opt out at any moment, and that doesn't really benefit us based on what we're trying to do. I also like the idea of bringing in Skylar Mays to kind of help put in some of those hours with the minutes rather for D'Angelo Russell. So I'm cool with that. And I'd love for the Lakers to bring back another guard just in case. And we still have Jalen Hood-Schifino, who in my mind is probably going to play more minutes in the second half of the season than he did in the first. So we start incorporating him into the situation. And Gabe Vincent, hopefully we can move Gabe as well. But if that's not likely, then we expect for him to come back before the season ends as well, taking some minutes. So I don't love our guard situation, and I do want us to bring back a lead guard. But if Zach LaVine can play some of that lead guard, Austin Reeves still wants to play point guard, good things may be able to be possible. Now, my problem is, once you bring Zach LaVine in and you have Austin Reeves, is that your starting backcourt? Because if it is, you don't have a legitimate point guard and you don't have a legitimate defensive presence there. Though that's a bad defensive backcourt, and that is not a pure point guard backcourt. So, Lakers better have plans, because that ain't what you think it is. That ain't what you think it is, put it like that. Zach LaVine contract is not going to be flexible. So you know when you bring that in, you're not going to be able to move it once you bring it in. Unless he plays way better than he's been playing over the last several years and doesn't get hurt anymore. So I can see a world where we love having Zach LaVine, him, Anthony Davis, LeBron James all healthy at the same time. Now we're good. If anybody goes down, don't expect Zach LaVine to be a winner. I don't. He hasn't proven that he can win. He's proven that he can do big stats in losing situations. So these are things that I ain't on the Zach LaVine train. Y'all know I am anti that contract, to a point anti that player. But I think it would be an upgrade from what we're doing right now. He'll be an upgrade from D'Lo in theory, and give us a little more security in regards to his contract. It's not good dollar amount security, but at least you know you got a player. You ain't got to worry about him leaving at the end of the year or opting out. So I guess people value that type of stuff. But at $40 million a year, I do not. I don't value that. But, yeah, man, the Lakers are going to do it anyway. And maybe that's what it is. They're considering makes the most sense. But I'm telling you, we better do something with that backcourt, man. I said if I'm going to bring in Zach LaVine, I want to bring back DeJounte with him. That's my attitude. Now, I don't know that we have the package to get both of them. It doesn't seem so. But that's the kind of deal I'm trying to do. Because at the end of the day, I'm telling you guys, in theory, because you can always bring all kinds of different stuff that we're not thinking about into the equation, including a third team that can bring in entirely different pieces. And that's probably what you can expect from Rob Pelinka, because he usually brings you a bunch of stuff. You're like, oh, I didn't know I was going to get that. Oh, hell yeah, I love that. So I'm expecting something like that to be possible right here. Especially since we really do have leverage on that Zach LaVine contract that the Bulls desperately need to get rid of for their situation, and we, in theory, could live without. So I do expect for some cherries to be on top of that trade. Maybe we keep something we don't expect to keep, or maybe we get to bring back something that would be really, really awesome. So You know, I don't know what that would be, but you know, our GM has always surprised me with stuff like that. So hopefully we don't get fleeced, man. We did make that bad Russell Westbrook trade. That was awful on paper, and it was even worse when we got it here. So hopefully we've learned our lesson and don't do anything of that nature. But it looks like Zach LaVine is going to be a Laker. So we'll be excited once we get him here. Maybe we see him play in our system, and all of a sudden it's a go. Now we're really excited. But you know, that's not something I foresee, to be honest. I don't foresee that. But, you know, I mean, hey, man, once a guy gets here, we start supporting him. We want to see him succeed. He's going to do stuff to wow us at times because he's a really, really talented player, all-star level player. So it's not like we're not going to have great nights where he shows us, damn, we made a good decision bringing him in. We're going to win some games that maybe we wouldn't have won. But when it comes to playoff time, when it's really time for the meat and potatoes, I've seen him disappear, man. I've seen it. So I don't know if I trust him enough to say I'm ready to overpay for Zach LaVine just to, you know what I mean? I'm on the anti-train. I'm on the anti-Zach LaVine train. So probably don't want to hear a whole lot from me. Maybe go check out As It Stands. He's big on that dude coming to the Lakers. I'll see good things and if I do, I'll believe then. But until then, I'm hopeful that the Lakers will just not, to be honest with you, just don't. Maybe find some other way of getting something else that doesn't stranglehold us into $40 million for a player. That ain't going to be $40 million worth of player. But, you know, these are the times where you just understand that the Lakers got a lot of they're up against, and they got to figure out something that works for them. And they desperately don't want to give away Austin Reeves, so they don't want to go after the other trade that would otherwise make it so that you're giving up Austin Reeves. And you know, I'm on the pro Austin Reeves train, so I got to go along with that if I'm gonna stay consistent. But I mean, to me, there's a limit to everything, everybody. That's essentially what I'm telling you. Essentially, where my position is, there's a limit to everything. Do I want to bring in Zach LaVine? Not necessarily. Do I want to keep Austin Reeves? Absolutely. But if I have to choose between a package that brings in Zach LaVine to Austin Reeves and then has a bad defensive backcourt, or a package that sends Austin Reeves out and brings me some pieces that really, really work, I'm going to go with the latter, and I'm going to miss Austin Reeves. You see what I'm saying? Rather than just hold on to Austin Reeves for dear life to where I'm taking on something that is really not good for me just to keep Austin in our uniform. You see what I'm saying? It's like if you got to pick between the lesser of two evils, make damn sure that the one you choose makes you as good as you can be, rather than you just holding on to things for the wrong reasons. And then ultimately having a team that doesn't even fit. And then you end up moving Austin Reeves on a lesser deal a year from now because ultimately it didn't fit and you can't move Zach LaVine. So it's like these are the type of things like, are we backing into a mistake here just because we must keep Austin? Because if we are, a mistake is a mistake. It ain't worth it ever. So, you know, nobody thinks we should stand pat. Nobody wants D'Lo to stay on past the trade deadline and then have the option to leave. Nobody wants that. But if those are the only two moves you can make, and it seems like the Lakers are making the one that they feel is best, I hope they're right. I hope they're right, and I hope they got the right basketball reasons in mind. Because like I said, I love having Austin on the roster, but not next to Zach LaVine if that's my starting backcourt. No, I don't. And once you get past the trade deadline, what you got is what you keep. There's no more conversation about, oh, we don't like it, it doesn't work, let's move it. No, it's too late now. You have to keep what you have, so you better then be sure that what you're bringing in is going to be best for your team, because you can't undo what you're about to do. It's what you got. And so I tell that to everybody in purple and gold, including LeBron James, who's probably pushing for a trade. Brother, once that trade deadline hits and you see what this team looks like afterwards, and it looks worse than this, sometimes you got to be careful what you wish for, fam. You feel me? You force a team to make a trade, all of a sudden the trade they make is worse. Or the consequences of making that trade are worse because the player goes down or something. Your team's even worse. It's like, I'm being very careful what I wish for in this situation. I am. That's the wisdom I already got in my heart before anything happens. Just chill out. You only get one chance to screw this up. So that's really where I'm at, man. But if the Lakers do a trade that I'm pleased with, then I'll sing a different tune. Maybe we can bring back Zach LeVine. They end up doing several different things, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's great. And then I'll assess it from there. But right now, I'm leery about what this means for our team long term once we bring that contract to us. And what we're leaning on when you consider just the cons that come with this player, specifically in clutch situations. So that's what I'm telling y'all. I hope we're on the same page here. Hope our team can be successful in what we're trying to accomplish. If it makes us a champion, I'll definitely love it. I've been wrong before multiple times on this camera about certain things. But I don't know. I don't know about bringing in Zach LeVine. So that's pretty much what I got to say. I'm in this BDL 44. I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.